Kick things off with a nice light topic like training and multiclassing. So just to recap, in all seriousness, what I think I heard yesterday, making sure that we're on a level playing field here. Yeah. When it comes to the training tab, there's 2 tokens. So when it comes to the learning tokens, we redeem a learning token with the class master who would give you either a perk or a skill, and that would or would not be random.
We took a lot of inspiration from roguelike games, really popular one, Vampire Survivor, right? 3 random perk skills from that pool will appear. And then if you select one from that pool, and now that's been removed.
Multiclassing sounds like something that you're almost going to have to do because there's going to be so many strong combinations. Is there anything that you guys have planned to keep core class identity?
This is, again, something we're debating inside right now. There might be penalties that each time you do use a learning token. We haven't come to the conclusion of, okay, what we're going to, how we're going to proceed. But it's that exact concern. Are we just forcing everyone down the multiclassing, even if they don't want to? At least for this experiment here, is because we're pushing multiclassing. It's in our interest to have as many people multi-class this time. So that's why we're not trying to incentivize people not to multi-class. I think, this season is going to be the season of multi-classing and season of trying to break the character classes.
Season of discovery, guys. Let's say somebody has really just terrible luck and they're just not happy with what they got. Will there be some way that you can either spend gold or like a quest, maybe on a limited amount, to reset that and get another chance at it?
Our conclusion right now is that most likely there's not going to be an easy way to do that. The first question we asked internally was like, so do we want everyone to be able to build their Superman? The issue there is that if it gets too easy to get these kind of Superman builds, first of all, someone's going to find that meta build, right? And then everyone, instead of trying to be creative and trying to do their own kind of thing, is like, okay, this is the one meta build.
It's inevitable.
And it's very easy to do. Yeah. And they're just going to, and then within a month, you're just going to have these like clone Supermans just running around, right? For this time, what we actively chose is that, hey, you know what? It's impossible to, unless you got everything luck, you hit jackpot. Instead of building this, super god, you're making these compromises. And so just doing the best you can with what you get. Our goal is that people, because of the way they build their characters, like we already kind of see it a little bit now. People, they're known for their specific classes, specific skill expression with that class and stuff. We also want to show that your character becomes your identity because of your build also. We come from a background of older MMORPGs. You would have these people on those servers that are known for like a specific kind of build or a specific, Right. And so that's kind of part of the fantasy that we're trying to emulate.
And SDF, good to see you. Hello.
Hi.
They now know you're a real man, SDF. They're very excited.
We had a running joke where we've never seen the two of you in one room, so we weren't sure if you were different people. But now we know.
They're all just saying very 이쁘다.
이건 그냥 엑스페리먼탈이고 제가 알고 싶은 거는 그냥 이 퍼크랑 스킬 다른 클래스에 줄 수 있는지 그거 알고 싶은 거예요. 그래서 그 시스템이 먼저 잘 돼 있고 그 다음에 우리가 레벨링 할 수 있을 만큼 이게 잘 만들어져 있어야 그 다음에 제대로 된 멀티클래싱 시스템 만들 수 있어요. 근데 거기까지 그 파운데이션 만들기 전까지는 상태에서 랜덤이 제일 쉬운 방법이에요. 테스트하기.
So he kind of just gave away our secret ingredients and we kind of had like an ulterior motive. Okay. He explained it in Korean, so all our Korean audience already knows now our secret. So that's what I think.
I want to ask a question here about the company in general and everything outside of the actual game itself and game development. Can you tell us what sort of priorities you have just as a company right now, as a studio? What are you guys working on besides tinkering on the game?
엄청. 게임만 만들면 너무 좋을 텐데.
Doing things behind the scenes, like meeting people, talking, and trying to figure out the strategy, because that's not our expertise. We don't know how to do that kind of stuff. We want to find people that could teach us how to do that well. We're in a very fortunate situation. We have this huge community of very, very, committed, loyal, active, fans. It's been probably a mistake of us to not actually leverage more the community itself and try to more official capacity too. You know, we have actually pulled from the community for like official roles in the past. So like Grayson, you know, he was actually a player. He just reached out to us. Yeah, it worked out, and it's been very, very good relationship for both of us. We're gonna start utilizing that strategy more.
So many people are in, like I've seen in my chat and Jay's chat multiple times, especially whenever we do the podcast on Tuesdays, all kinds of people that always ask, how do I apply at Iron Mace? So throw it out there. There's so many people that want you to be their boss. They want Terrence Park as their boss.
I want to just work for someone, please. So I mean, the best find me a boss, right? And then that just
I hate to break it to you,
we
Terrence.
can never replace you, Terry. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're stuck with this forever now.
It's difficult for us to hire on like a full-time employee into Iron Mace right now, unless you're a resident of Korea or you have an actual visa, you know, a work visa here.
Sure.
The last month and a half was so much just internal management stuff here. The actual time we got to play the game was shrinking, right? So for us is that, okay, we got to play our game a lot more. That's our goal for the next. So things might slow down just because we're playing our game. But the community is playing the heck out of the game. And so they have this kind of additional insight that we can't have without playing the game. You know?
Sure.
So
now when the community asks, do they even play their game? The answer is yes.
우리 게임 많이 하고 좋아하는 사람?
Yeah.
그리고 그 열정을 보여주는 사람들이 있어요.
Yeah.
그 사람들이 다 우리 멤버 됐어요, 지금까지.
Yeah.
그래서 뭐 한국에서도 그런 플레이어들이 있었어요. 자기가 기획서 써서 와서
맞아요.
저도 다 읽어봤어요. 재밌었어요.
Hey, so that one guy in Korea, there's someone that sent us a design document. I'm sorry we never got back to you, but you're a legend. Yeah, thank you very much.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Like we've had like 100% hit rate with people that we've hired from the community itself, right? And they pretty much know our game better than we do, you know. Like that's the thing that we're trying to change a lot of our strategies. Go more into the, you know, leveraging that community. Yeah.
그래서 우리는 지금 게임 디자이너 찾고 있는데 필요해요. 지금 이제 우리가 느린 이유는 이 보틀렉이 지금 게임 디자인 쪽으로 좀 오고 있어서 다크앤다커 안 좋아하는 사람은 절대 안 먹을 거다. 그래서 한국에서의 시츄에이션 그리고 우리 게임이 조금 이제 좋아하는 사람들이 좀 호불호가 갈리니까 그런 사람들이 많지 않고 그래서 찾기가 어려운 게 있어서 우리는 해외에서 그런 사람들 찾으려고 시도할 거야 아마 레벨 디자이너 뭐 여러 가지 컨텐츠 디자이너 이런 쪽에서.
I think
한국에 있으면 더 좋고.
We don't have PR, we don't have marketing, we're not a big, we're not like, if someone's looking from the outside, they're like, what is this? How is this even a company? You know, kind of thing, right? But, you know, we don't have these people, it's not a big pool of hardcore Dark and Darker players in Korea right now. If you are out there, you know, please let us know, and you're interested and you love Dark and Darker, and you know you want.
But people are wondering about the druid.
근데 actually druid는 다 만들었어요. 그리고 이제 이 애니멀들은 이제 애니메이션이 훨씬 중요한 거예요. 이거 FPS에서 어떻게 동물을 표현하고 이런 게 훨씬 어렵기 때문에 그거 연구하고 있는데 시간이 좀 걸리는 거예요. 그래서 지금 마우스는 플레이 가능하게 있는데 되게 재밌어요.
So he says okay.
밴트맨 된 것 같은 느낌.
Do you feel like the state that the combat in, like how complex it is, the fact that you have two skills, do you feel like this is the end game of Dark and Darker, or is this just sort of the foundation you plan to expand on it a little bit more? A good example is the longsword. It's a weapon with a lot of skill expression because it has the parry.
제가 조금 설명하면 이제 저는 스태미너 시스템 이런 거 되게 싫어하잖아요. 그래서 우리가 몰드아우나 시보리나 뭐 포아너 같은 그런 게임처럼 가지는 않을 거예요. 그러니까 철권 만들고 싶은 생각은 없는 거예요.
So like we're not trying to make a fighting game, which is a little ironic because like one of our guys, he used to be the world number one ranked Tekken player, right? And so,
wow, that's amazing.
Wait, who is it? Do you guys have JDCR working for you?
I'm sure, you know, people will figure it out because, you know, we're in Korea. And
그래서 약간의 발전은 더 있을 건데 그것들은 다 이제 FPS 게임 기준으로 뭐 우리 실드 시스템 이런 것들은 서버 랩이나 이런 틱 레이트 이런 것 때문에 좀 안 좋잖아요. 막아질 때도 있고 안 막아질 때도 있고 그러니까 이제 이런 시스템들은 기술적으로 더 보완을 해야 되고
But I am curious about things like maybe having 3 skills instead of 2. Is that something you guys have thought about?
스킬의 개수를 늘리고 이런 쪽에 관심이 크게 있지 않은데 우리가 테스트하다가 그게 필요하다 생각되면 뭐 테스트 해볼 수도 있고 그래서 닫혀 있지는 않아요. 왜냐면 항상 말하지만 저는 밸런스보다 재미를 더 좋아하는 사람이잖아요. 그래서 항상 랜덤 모디파이 옵션도 더 크게 만들고 싶어하는 사람이에요. 그냥 지금은 너무 밸런스 깨질 거를 걱정해서 안 하고 있지만 어느 날 테스트 할 수도 있고.
Was that you mentioned in the past this idea of random matchmaking? Where is that feature still going to be coming this wipe, or is that somewhere down the pipeline?
So I did want to clear up a couple stuff. Is what's actually coming out a couple days from now. The arena test is right next to it.
Trusted matchmaking.
And then the trusted matchmaking and the one thing that we're feeling pretty confident about is going into this wipe and then the next couple patches after the wipe is that we're going to have more and more systems to improve the quality of each match session, right? And when we talk about quality is that, okay, we're going to have things mitigate, teaming, mitigate hackers, or even suspected, that kind of stuff.
I actually had a question about Ruins. I know Ruins is back in the oven. What sort of changes are coming to Ruins? What's your philosophy on Ruins currently? How are you guys going to mix it up so that it's not the most hated map?
이제 우리가 리뉴얼하고 싶은 거는 아웃사이드 쪽. 그러니까 서로 스폰 킬 너무 빠르고 너무 빨리 접근하니까 그리고 이제 레인지 플레이가 또 너무 센 것도 우리가 원하는 바는 아니기 때문에 조금 더 복잡하게 만들어 약간 더 아웃도어 플레이를 하는 걸 만들다 보니까 천장을 없앴잖아요. 근데 그러고 나니까 이 위에 올라가는 무기들 사실 더블 점프 안 만들었으면 문제가 없었겠지만 나중에 플라이도 만들고 싶으니까 그런 것들도 좀 더 제대로 튜닝하고 싶은 거죠.
I absolutely love the Ice Caverns. It's my favorite map. How do you guys feel about Ice Caverns right now?
Simply said, is like our impression with the Ice Cavern is it was a good success. It was a big success for us. Is that we're not exactly sure if Ice Caves is the right fit for duos.
우리 포스트 마운틴 관련해서 지금 서비스 만들고 있잖아요. 그래서 거기에 지금 이제 우리는 포스트 와이가 만들고 있는데 드라이버나 와이번 보스 같은 거 만들 때는 그 여러 명이서 하는 거, 레이드 하는 거 그런 것들을 테스트 해보고 싶다고 얘기했었어요 옛날에. 그래서 저는 이번에 듀오로 만들잖아요 우리가. 원래 포스트 마운틴은 트리오로 베이스 디자인된 맵이지만 지금 우리가 플레이어 풀 그리고 우리가 만들 수 있는 어떤 캐퍼시티 이런 것 때문에 듀오로 할 수밖에 없고 그래서 여러 팀이 동시에 잡을 수 있었으면 좋겠어요. 그 순간에 협력해서.
The wyvern is this gigantic, wyvern, right? Our fantasy is like just two guys aren't going to easily take down this wyvern.
Nope.
Where you're going to make like that kind of suspicious, uneasy alliance with another group to take down.
The 4-man.
I think balance actually, you see a lot more diversity on duos, but at the same time, it's because we just have less time playing duos. Is that we don't know exactly what's the right direction to go, and so that's why we're always like, the easy decision for us is because we have limited resource. Let's just cut that out and focus on trios. That's the easy answer for us. But at the same time, we know that's not an actual answer for us, because.
그리고 원래 이 게임 그러니까 이 클래스 베이스드 게임에서 솔로에서 밸런스 맞추는 건 불가능한 거예요. 그래서 이 멀티클래싱이 사실 미래에 지금 디자인하고 있는 멀티클래싱은 좀 러프한 버전이고 좀 테스트 익스퍼리먼탈 버전이지만 미래에 우리가 뭐 갖게 될 어떤 멀티클래스는 이 클래스 간의 어떤 갭을 너무 크게 만들지 않기 위한 용도로 쓰일 거예요. 그게 이제 원하는 거예요. 뭐 그러니까 좀 힐러는 힐만 해야 되고 탱커는 탱킹만 해야 이런 걸 원하지 않는 거예요. 일단 시즌 길이를 좀 찾고 싶어요. 우리한테 좀 정확한 써요. 지금 너무 길었어요. 그리고 이제 플레이어 이제 그래프, CCU 그래프 같은 것들을 보면은 플레이어 숫자가 이제 줄어들고 있잖아요. 근데 그게 앞에서는 되게 심했다가 우리가 퀘스트 업데이트하는 11월부터는 조금 안정이 됐고 그걸 이제 무상향 시키는 게 살짝 이 플레이어를 올리는 게 우리 목표죠. 그게 우리 목표예요. 그래서 좀 더 사람들이 편하게 게임할 수 있고 더 재밌게 할 수 있고 더 오래 할 수 있게 하는 거. 근데 그게 안 좋은 그런 그냥 애딕티브한 스타일로 하는 거 아니고 그냥 재밌어서 하게 하는 거. 그거를 찾는 게 이제 시즌 그래요. 마지막으로 하나.
And then
Someday we back to Steam or Epic. 우리는 그 길 찾을 거예요. 어떻게든 게임을 줄 거예요. 이거 사는 사람들한테. 그래서 어떻게든 스팀에 게임 가지게 해줄 거나. 그 길 찾아줄 테니까 찾아줄 거나.
So guys, we've had you for 2.5 hours. Thank you. I know you guys have stuff to do. Thank you so much for coming on. This is always so enjoyable. I